Hey, fellow target individuals, this is VW, and I'm coming at you with another video where I am very upset. Now they've started pretty much exclusively trying to hit me in the chest and trying to get my heart to beat irregularly or stop it. And they can do this even through, my enclosure, which my mom is going to make me take down. She's not going to let me keep it up. Now I've put stuff in the attic to trying to keep the remote microwave radiation down a little bit. I mean, it helps, but he's still able to get through like most of my defenses. So he's got a heavy arsenal of this stuff, and I think what that came from is when they start the vehicular harassment, he makes more contacts doing that. And then I think people offer him, their microwave weapons because they don't have a targeted individual, in the works at that time. I mean, this guy's a murderer. Yesterday he was talking to my brother and my dad outside, and I walked up there, like, not even, I mean, I'm not scared of him or anything like that, and I'm not embarrassed or anything. He's embarrassed. He's like, when I walk up, he does this thick country accent, like he's just a good old boy or something like this, and his voice is totally different when he goes into the house, and he does that on purpose, like he does it so it's separated from him. Yeah, but they're hitting me in this side of my face, and then the heart. They're going for my heart, so it'll beat irregularly. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. So he's got the good weapons, the weapons that really hurt people. He's built this up over about 2 years. He didn't stop when I was put into the emergency psychiatric ward when I was tricked to go there. He didn't stop there, and he won't stop. He just won't stop. So, like I believe in God, and I believe He can make circumstances good out of bad. But right now, it's looking pretty grim for me, and this guy has not missed a beat. He's not batted an eyelash about killing another human being. My dog is like very sick. Like she has diarrhea, she's throwing up, and she's very sick all the time. And when I was at that unit for 2.5 weeks, my parents said she was in very good health and she was like happy. And then I get back here, then they start shooting the weapons into my house, and she gets really sick because I'm pretty sure of this now. Even the ELF, the extremely low frequency that I can't hear, that just busts into the side of my head, and they shoot me in the heart with it. I think she can hear it. So I think it's more pain for her than a human would have pain, with it. I'm not doing too good. Like, I don't feel too good. I think my gang stalking, and I'm not going to say it's because of the videos that mine has gone up, because it was going to just escalate no matter what. But I've made tons of videos. I have like 65 videos made, so I think it has to do with the quantity and just that danger of that information getting out, or other people using it, and then they start to make videos and stuff like that. They're very scared of that. So everything I was trying to process through YouTube was stopping. I couldn't get anything on because this guy's on my computer. He can make Windows close. Like, Windows can shut down. He can shut that down. But I got my Norton working, and so I've been able to upload them. So I guess that puts an extra firewall, and it keeps him from getting into my computer somehow. I'm thankful for that. It's Sunday morning. I'm thankful to at least put these videos out, because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this guy is so violent. He'll kill animals. He'll kill me. And then he'll go out and have a conversation. I'm very angry at that. I'm very angry that he was even talking to my brother and my dad, and he's just talking to him like he's a regular guy because the other day, one of his trees, like his oak tree, like a huge branch fell down and almost hit his house. And stupid me, I'm like, gosh, I hope they're all okay. That's me being, so I'm like, God, I don't want them to get hurt by that. Look, that huge part of the branch fell, broke our fence. So he calls my dad. Like, he calls my dad if there's any questions about that or if we need to pay for it. So he called my dad yesterday and talked to him about it. Like, I'm offended. This guy who's trying to murder me is just talking to my family like it's no big deal. I'm very angry at that. And he is. I mean, he's the guy who's orchestrating all this, and he's the guy who's shooting these weapons in my house. I'm a million percent on this. But my dad and my brother were just looking at. I was like, hey, so y'all talked to the guy yesterday? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's the guy. That's him. And they're just like, they looked at me like I was crazy because he has kids. He has 2 daughters. He's hiding behind them. He's hiding behind his wife. Like, he's hiding behind everything. Like that, I'm not that tree. Like, I'm glad it didn't hurt anybody, because he has a family in there. But I could really give a shit about his troubles in that tree when he's shooting microwave weapons at me. Try not to cuss because I'm upset because even with this enclosure, even with it, and actually I'm doing pretty good. I mean, he has to hit me in the heart or the side of the head where I'm already hurt. He can't go to new places because I won't feel it that much. So it's the enclosure does work. And my mom, like, I don't know when that's gonna come that she's gonna just make me take it down. Like, my parents don't believe me, and now since I've been in a psychiatric unit, there's no cop that would come out here. They'd throw me back in. So I mean, this guy knows that. He knows that he's getting away with it. Like, all these people, they'll just get away with it, and we'll be called crazy while they murder us in our house. I mean, he was trying to murder me all last night, like while I slept. Trying to hit my chest. I wake up, my chest is sore, like the side of my head's sore. I don't want to complain about it. I just want to document how I feel, and I feel like crud. I look at my dog. She gets all these eye boogers in her eyes. It just looks like she's really sick. She doesn't wag her tail. She's very lethargic. So I mean, it's hurting my dog. Like, right when I got back in the house from the psychiatric unit, they were shooting it in the house, and so then she gets sick right when I get back. And there's a fact about me being in that place, and about my family came over to clean my house, to help clean my house and just do some stuff around the house. And after 2 days, I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, turn on those emitters. Like, knowing because of the pressure and the force that he was hitting me with in that psychiatric unit. He was hitting me in there, so I would look crazy and have to stay there longer. Like, the guy is a demon. Like, he's a demon. Like, I don't know literally what's going on with him, but I just, in my vernacular, demonic, like, Satan guy. I don't know. That's just my vernacular. What's really going on with him is probably a lot more complex and a lot more dangerous than anything that I've said about him. And so I just wanted to make a video. It may be short because I can barely think this morning. But my enclosure works. Like, I'm getting to the point where, they've latched on. They had, like, I just went to the store right now, and they already had 2 cars with 1 lights coming by, like on the major street by my house. Like, they already had that. And that's scary if you can get people to waste their time like that, and you're murdering, like, he's murdering somebody in their house, and they're wasting their time doing this car thing. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to put things together. I don't think he's telling them about this microwave stuff. I think he's just saying they're doing psychological stuff, and that's how he gets the people, the vehicular harassment. And then I think he makes up something about me. I think he makes up crimes that I've done because he needs to go ahead and finish it. He needs to murder me. He wants to follow me and finish it off. So he's just getting more bolder and bolder with his lies, Like, I'm sure he is. Like, he has to be, because people would not congregate on something like this. I don't even know if that's the right word. But they wouldn't do all this and do all this vehicular stuff if they knew I had just smoked weed and that was my only crime. No, these people lie. They lie about you. And they have no problem lying about you. Because, that's what they're doing when they're killing you in your sleep. they have to turn that into a lie. Like, this guy is now, he's on this. He's not on, we need to get him out of here because he smokes pot or anything like that. He's like, he's retarded. It doesn't matter. He's retarded. It doesn't matter. So he's going with this defense that is not a defense, that I'm retarded, so it doesn't matter. Even if I was retarded, which I'm not, killing somebody is still wrong. Like, in this country, in every country, murdering people is wrong. So his logic doesn't even make sense. He's the person staying up day in and day out trying to shoot like EMF frequencies at my head. So I'd call him retarded. I'd call him a murderer, and he's retarded because his beliefs suck so bad and they'll hurt a lot of Americans. He doesn't care. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, I mean, if he could talk to my family, to my dad and my brother who think I'm crazy now, if he can talk to them just like a regular old Joe and joke around and all this crap, I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. Like, he's a sociopath because he has a whole different personality. But then when he gets behind those weapons, he's like, gotta do it, gotta kill him. Ugh. You know, I hear him on the microwave hearing. I hear him, and it's disgusting. That's the worst punishment. Not even the microwave radiation. It's just hearing his shit. It's like hearing his lies. I'm sorry, I'm cussing a lot. So I apologize for that. It's just when you're getting killed in your home and you know it for sure, and you know it's the people around you. I mean, like, I don't want to move. Like, my mom is saying that I'll have to move out of this house and we'll try and find somewhere else. But I don't want to do that because I know where my attackers are right now. And if I go somewhere where they're just hitting me remotely, like, and I don't know who it is, like, the chances of me, you know, neutralizing it and stuff are a lot less. I mean, I know I can take the 6 emitters that I have and just put them around me. But when you hit it at the source, when you neutralize it at the source, it's always better. And I have my sources right by my house, so the source of all these EMF emissions, they're right by me. So if I give that up, then it's going to be a lot harder probably to defend myself with the technology that I have. You know, like, I have three personal force field, I have three of these Q-wave things on my body. Then I have like a car Q-wave thing like right by my head where I sleep. Then I have the enclosure. I have this on top, which is the aluminum polyester. And then I got up in the attic right above where this is, and I put down corrugated steel, and then on top of it these rolls of aluminum. And like, so I'm pretty comfortable. Because he has some, like, his stuff is now powered up to where it can go through a lot of stuff. And it still kind of hurts me when I'm laying down, when I'm prone, when I'm walking around, not so bad. When I'm outside, not so bad at all. So that's a way, I'm just like saying that's a way to really get away from it, is to just go outside. Because a lot of this stuff dissipates. It can't hit you as hard as when you're in a house. But yeah, I mean, so it's like I drove out this morning. There's like already 2 or 3 people with the one light thing going by the street where I come out. It's like, what are they doing? Are they waiting there all morning, waiting for me to wake up, and like, because they know I go to a racetrack, or they know I take that road, you know, they're waiting. Like, I don't understand that. That must be a giant waste of of time. I'm sorry for using that F word. But this guy, I mean, you got to think about it. This guy who's trying to murder me in my sleep, that's a gigantic waste of time too. It just kills a person. It makes everything bad for all of our families. Like, he's a horrible guy. And he's got one person in there who's with him on it. He's got his wife who doesn't want it going on, and she's awesome. She should have no part in this. And it's in a guy or a woman, I'm not sure, because they have a skinny guy that hangs out with them that's younger, and then I think maybe the neighbor woman goes over there, but it's somebody who's like over there all the time. If they're not looping the microwave hearing, then it's somebody who like actually lives with them, because they're there all the time. So it may just be another woman that I haven't even seen. Or another guy. I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint the voice. It's like a deep voice, but it's kind of womanly. So I'm not sure. I've never even met that person who's like, yeah, kill him. So they're on that. They're not even on, yeah, because when they started, they were like, oh, well, we'll just screw around with him. We just want him out. Now it's like, yep, he's retarded. We can kill him. It doesn't matter what we do to him. I hear him on the microwave. He'll say, he's like, doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. Because they're watching me. They watch me self-pleasure. When I do that privately, they watch me on the toilet. They watch me take a bath. They watch anytime I get naked. And then when my parents came over here when I was in the psychiatric unit, I'm sure that they were watching my parents in the bathroom and my brother in the bathroom. I know one time my mom came over with me, and they definitely watched her in the bathroom. So nobody knows about this stuff. Like, I know that the guy is doing this, and he has the technology to do it, and it's like my family's just like, they can't believe it. They can't believe it. They're going to probably have congenial conversations with him about doing a fence, like both putting in money to do a 6-foot fence. Like, he wants a fence there because he doesn't want to doesn't want to look at me. He's like torturing a guy that he doesn't know, and he doesn't want to look at me. It's probably because his wife doesn't want to look at me. She feels actual remorse, and she has a conscience. So even though she hasn't done any of this, she probably does not want to look me in the eye out in the backyard after all this crap. He could probably give a care. He doesn't even care. He'd come up and talk to me and just be like, oh, nothing's going on, blah, blah, blah. And it's so great for him that he has no conscience and no morality. I mean, what is that like, to have no responsibility, even if you're killing a person, to waive responsibility of that action, just be that big of an asshole, Like, where he could kill somebody or stop their heart, and he's just like, well, it had nothing to do with me because my murder's secret, And it was definite. Yesterday I was sitting in here, and it was definite. My heart started speeding up, and then I felt the pains in my chest. It was like the little starts of a heart attack. So these people can give you a heart attack. They can hit you in the right valve, and they can shut you down. They can just kill you, like turning off a computer or something like that. Like, I mean, this is the most horrific thing I've ever heard of in the history of America. And I'm going to make tons of videos about it. I don't care if they do throw me back in the psychiatric unit. I guess that happens for all of us at one point in time, because there are people who know about this stuff who are higher ups, and if you talk to the wrong person, like I made a video and I'm not putting it out. It was called Kicking the Tires, where I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to kick the tires. I'm going to call the FBI. I'm going to call this person. I'm going to call this person. Just call around. Don't do that. Be careful. Be very discerning with who you talk to about this stuff, because there are people who do understand it and they do know that it's going on, but if they'll use their position to put you into a mental institution or or any of that stuff, any of that really, really dark stuff, or I'm sure I don't know who's doing it or who's backing this guy. All I know is he's ex-Army. I don't think anybody is ranked around him and haven't been in the Army. So I mean, he was told because I know there was an ex-Marine who started it off. It was a young ex-Marine and then an older guy who, I mean, it seems like he had military service, but like I'm not sure about that. But somebody that was above this guy, this ex-Army guy, who was above him in rank, told him to do it. And this guy's ex-Army. He's not in the Army now. But if that guy was an ex-Marine and he gave the order to this guy, so they're playing military games. They're playing military games on American soil and using American citizens as the enemy, as the false flags. And I've seen how many people, I mean, however many people he's got running the streets with that one light or whatever, that's connections to him. That's all that is. He's not really trying to like kill me and make some point out of it. Like he's just making connections. He's that shallow. He'll use somebody's murder to make connections in his little, circles that he runs in. And I have theories about who it is. I have theories that are definitely true, but I'm not gonna voice them because I don't want to put blame on somebody who has nothing to do with it, and I don't want to out an organization that has good people also, but also very evil people who will try and sacrifice human life and feed off of it, like this guy. He's definitely sick. He's a sick person. Like I hate doing a video like this because I just woke up. I'm so upset about it. But he's been up all night, and he'll switch off with whoever he's got in there. I think he's got some skinny dude who hangs out with him, and then a woman that lives with him, and then his wife and him. But it's turned into like there's more people in the houses that are doing this now, like because people like this, they want to help out and they want to help torture somebody. So I don't know what this means for America. It means bad things. It means really bad things. Like this is like Nazi Germany. I've done nothing, no violent crimes. I've smoked weed. That's all. And I mean, this guy is going to try and say I'm the bad guy for that, but he can just disobey any law he wants. But me, I smoke some weed so I can make my stomach feel better, and he just uses that. Like I hear this lady or this guy over there saying he has to go. Like this is my private home. This is not their home. Like I think something's got mixed up in their stupid heads where they're looking into my home using microwave technology or Doppler technology or whatever kind of technology they're using to look through my wall, and they've somehow made a mistake that this is their house. So when I use the bathroom or I self-pleasure or something, this guy is acting like I'm doing it in his face. Like, so that's aggressive. He's aggressively looking into my house, aggressively looking at my actions, and then if I do anything, it has to do with him in this whole little shit war. I can't have my own life and just do things because he needs to be feeding off of me. He needs to be torturing me, so I have to be connected to this fucking... I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about cussing. I'm very mad because now that I've been put into a emergency psychiatric unit, it's going to be even harder for me and easier for him to kill me. And I'm telling the truth. I've always told the truth my whole life. I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy. I'm not delusional. I'm not schizophrenic. I have Crohn's disease since I was 12. Schizophrenia does not present itself in your early 30s. So I'm not delusional, and none of this stuff is delusional. And I'll tell the psychiatrist what they want to hear. I'm not going to lie to them, but I have to kind of say it in a different way because, no one will believe this. It's made for that. This is made to make you look crazy and to hurt you really bad. And I guess hurt your animals really bad. If you have a dog or a cat or something, they don't care about that. They don't care about innocent animals. They don't care about innocent people. So why would they care about innocent animals? It's sick. Like, it's really sick. I'm gonna fight. I got my Norton up because he was just getting onto my computer. He may still be able to get on my computer even with my Norton and my firewall's up. But I've got to try it. And then if I can't load my videos up. Like, if I can't load my videos up on this computer, then I'll be damn sure to get my mom's computer and load them up on there, because I'm not going to stop trying to get the information out. It's the only thing I can do. It's like literally the only thing I can do. If I called a cop out, they would have that on record in the city that a city official put me in the emergency psychiatric unit. Like, and I wasn't doing anything dangerous. I wasn't yelling out in the street. Like, I was just calling people and asking them, hey, if your neighbor's harassing you with this kind of stuff, is there anything you can do? And I was very calm. I was just congenial with the guy. It wasn't a conversation where we were yelling at each other or anything. And then just from that, and I already have psychiatrists. I had a psychiatrist in New Orleans and a psychologist here in Baton Rouge, and I have a team working on this with me, and they brought me to the emergency room to put me in an emergency psychiatric unit. So it doesn't line up. That was all a setup. That was a setup because I already had psychiatrists out here that I could have gone and seen, and they could have said, "Why don't you go see your psychiatrist?" But it was they wanted to get me in there, and then that discredits me a little bit more. I'm really sick of it. Like, I'm really sick of it right now. I know I'll get my second wind this morning. Usually when I wake up, it's worse. I start moving around for about an hour to 2 hours, and then it's okay. I just want to show y'all my dog, see if I can get her on here. She's sick. Her eyes are dilated. She's like having diarrhea. Boo boo. She threw up on this pillow the other night. Boo boo. Hey, boo boo. Hey. She's acting weird. She's just acting weird. Not like herself. Like it's too much for her. She tries to rub her head on everything because it's giving her a big headache. Like this is what this little puppy, this guy knows that he is like hurting her so bad. He knows that. He knows that. He knows and he doesn't care. He knows and he's like, who gives a shit? That's just collateral damage. Like, that's how this guy is. And he wants to make it bizarre. He wants me to be like, hey, they're killing my dog and stuff, because then it's so bizarre and people don't have it in context, so then I'll look crazy. So this is America now, right? If you're part of an organization that can back you up, you can murder people. And if you're just kind of a loner guy who never knew about any of this stuff, you can be killed and just rolled over. Like rolled over. Like I want a family. Like I want a girlfriend. I want a wife and kids and like to have a chance. Like this is crazy. Like this guy has all those things and he's neglecting them to shoot microwave radiation at me. You know, what a waste. What a waste. Like, I'd love to have what he has, like a wife and children. I wouldn't be doing this. I guarantee you I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be doing something else. I'd be going on trips with them and stuff like that, not neglecting them. And then I found out that both of these people beside me are renters that we're pretty sure. I'm not sure about the orchestrator. He may have bought that house, but the people on this side who are helping him, they're renters. And I'm pretty sure that this family with the guy who's orchestrating it, I'm pretty sure they're renting too. So to them, it's like they don't care. They'll just fucking shit all over this place and just who cares. But my mom bought my house, and I was trying to do a lease to buy. But with all this, I couldn't even get started on it. It's like now I'm a burden to my mom. We're gonna have to sell this house, and like for going through the nights of torture. And I know you guys understand this. Going through all these years, like it's been 4 years of straight torture every night, every day, unless I shield just to hurt my body. It's been 4 or 5 years of this, and it's like I'm gonna be blamed. Like I was blamed in the psychiatric unit. We had family counseling meetings, and it was all about like how I've been irresponsible and I can't live this way. Because they don't believe it. They can't believe that somebody's hit me remotely. That was the part that broke them off from this. That was the part where they said, no, you're just thinking of new stuff. Because like when I was just saying, yeah, they're hitting me from the sides and I can deal with it, you know, my parents pretty much believe me, because that's kind of believable that somebody can get like a kind of a new form of taser and just be using it and it could go through houses. I mean, that's kind of believable. But then if you mention the electronic surveillance, then that's not believable at all. And then if you mention how he's hitting you remotely in places you go, then you have nobody that's listening to you, except us. I mean, I heard statistics that last year was 450,000 targeted individual cases, like organized gang stalking cases in North America. But then I heard another figure from a pretty smart guy. He's making videos right now, and I don't remember his name. I wouldn't put it out. But he said that it was like 3 million cases in America, and that's that's a larger number than most mental illnesses. So if they're all put into the mental illness category, then you've got more numbers in those. But he was saying it's like 3 million like cases, reported cases of gang stalking in America. I don't know if I believe that figure. I think I'd believe the 450,000 before that one, but I'm going to research it and give y'all some stats on this stuff. I want to give y'all stats because I heard a great video, and I'll try and link up my site to it. It was this guy, and I don't even know, he's like a pain specialist. he's like a pain specialist guy, and he was given the rundown on, who is picked for this program. It's usually intelligent people, college education, don't have a job, are isolated, don't have a strong family support structure, which I do. I have the whole time. It's just they've come into this house, and he's hit me in the side of the head with this stuff. But they're not. I mean, even if they get close, it seems to only affect me. Like the EHF. My parents can't hear that. Like, they can't hear that sound because it's like their ears have developed in older age. Our ears develop a thing not to hear high pitched noises. And like, I'm wondering where mine's at. I'm wondering why mine, because usually from the age of 12 to 24. Is the age where you can hear those sounds, those high frequency sounds. The only thing I can think of is I'm a pretty good singer, and I can follow, like if I hear a song that I've never heard, I can pretty much follow it, just like knowing the next note, So I have very good hearing, and that may be why. I don't know, but this is just, like, I feel like crap. Every night, it's every night torture, and this guy is just like, it doesn't matter, he's retarded. Like, I hear him saying that because he's trying to convince his wife. That's his main thing. And she's like my mom or me. She's just a normal person. But she has kids, so she has extra empathy, extra compassion. That's what mothers have for their kids, and it's actually built in, and it's intensified when you have children. That need to protect. And he just doesn't care about that. He doesn't understand people. He wants to kill them. If you want to kill people, then you don't understand them. If you want to kill somebody who's not violent, then you don't understand people at all. Then you're just swinging away and shooting radiation at whoever you want to and making up everything. And that's very sad, because there is a reality to this world. When you see a human being who's hurt, you should help them, because they may be able to do something great in the future that you're not aware of. Everybody has the potential for life, the potential to live happy lives. And this has just been so long for me. It's affected my memory. Then I have to take this very strong antipsychotic, which it makes it feel. I think it actually hurts me more when he's shooting me with this stuff. And I'm not trying to say don't go on medicine if it'll help you, but I'm like researching it where this stuff has something in it. It has these kind of antipsychotic medications. They have something that reacts with electromagnetics a lot easier. But that's not here or there. I haven't studied that, so I'm not gonna say that's true. I have noticed that when I was on the Seroquel, that's where the wall of shame came in. When I was on that medication, that's when I had basically, anger so bad that I wanted to hit a wall. Then I got off of it, and I was fine. Like, I'd get mad, but I wouldn't do that. And right now, it's like, okay, this is my day. Like, I'll wake up, and right when I wake up, they know I've woken up because they got remote neural monitoring. That's a fact. That's a fact. They can see out of my eyes. They use me as a piece of surveillance equipment, and that's just a fact. I know you'd be put into a mental institution for that, but it's a fact. So when I wake up and I open my eyes, they know I'm up. They know I'm up, and then they start saying, "Oh, he's crazy guy," while I'm trying to sleep. Now with this enclosure the way it is, and the amount of aluminum I put into the attic, I can't hear the voice of Skull. Like, I can't hear it. Like, I'll hear occasionally. I'll hear it's trying to get through, but it's a microwave signal. So all the stuff that I have right here is stopping that signal, because it's not. It's really, I guess, a radio frequency turned into a microwave frequency. But I'll wake up and I'll come in here, and so they're looking at me with their electronic surveillance when I come in here. And then I'll come, and this is what they do. Like, I'll walk through here, and I'll walk down this hallway right here to use the bathroom. And that's when this guy's like, I'll hear him say stuff like, "Look at his eyes, he's crazy." So he's looking at my eyes and looking at me without me being able to look back at him. And then he's just judging my physicality and saying, "Oh, yeah, look at him, he's crazy. Just look at him, he's retarded." Like, it's just beyond anything that is credible. Like, I mean, this guy is a complete jerk. He's gonna say whatever he has to say. He's lying, and he's going with it, man. I mean, he's going with it. He's tired, and I don't understand this. If he's so tired, why doesn't he just go to sleep and quit this? But he's like, I'm tired, so I've got to finish this guy off. I've got to get him out of here and kill him. I mean, because he says, I want him out of here, but then he follows me to Florida. Not him personally following me to Florida, but he's got people there, and there was one above me. And this time, like the other two times, they had somebody above me and below me, but this time they only had somebody above me. And it must be the nurse who lives in there. It must be one of her, like a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend, a brother, something like that. Because when I was there, I'd hear him running around up top, about right where I am. And then sometimes she would run. I'd hear somebody run and just shut it off. And I'm sure if she was a nurse, she was like, "Screw this! I'm not torturing a guy. Like, this is crazy, you know." And it's like they surveil me everywhere I go. So. Everywhere I go, you know, I'm being watched by some people who want to kill me. Listen to how that sounds. I mean, yeah, I went to a psychiatric unit. This whole thing is built around making somebody look crazy. So, if I could say one thing, I'd say just stay out of psychiatric units. Just don't let them do that to you. Like, be very wary and discerning about who you talk to. And I was not. I told y'all I was like, well, I did it on this video, which I'm not going to release. I was like, I'm going to kick the tires, I'm going to call everybody, and I was just so, I wouldn't use the word naive, but I was like, I need help for this, so I'm going to call around, and somebody's got to have a solution. You know, the inspector general of my city, who's above all of the city police, you know, he's got to have some way to help me with this or make a call. But he made a call to some guy who was like, hell yeah, we know what you're talking about. Come to the emergency room and get physical testing. We know exactly what you're talking about. And you won't have to talk to anybody because it's a crazy story. We understand. Once I got in there, I was on a police hold, then a psychiatric hold. And they threw me into, you know, an emergency psychiatric unit. It wasn't from me doing anything or blowing up or, like, even hurt. I'd never attack my neighbors because then it'd be turned on me. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I mean, he's hit me in the head, but I've got a hard head. Like, I mean, and I really believe this, that, and I might get some oil, anointing oil, but I think when I was a child, my godmother, Miss Jody, you know, she would say that I had been something touched in the head, not like crazy, but that, you know, I had been blessed in the head. And I think that God has anointed my head, and He's not going to let this damage me, you know, because this is where He wants me. I mean, this is where He wants me. I totally believe that. You know, I'm a human being, so I'm going to cuss, and when I'm hurting especially, because I'm just a human being. I mean, we're just flesh right here. We have our soul inside of us that can control things, but we have a lot of human baggage. But so I get mad, I get upset because this guy, he is saying that I'm retarded and crazy, and that it doesn't matter if he kills me. Like, he needs to do it now because I'm making videos, I'm getting proof out there. Just because with this journal, it proves it. You can watch me and you can see that I'm not making up all this stuff. You know, it happens in a certain way, and it happens to me, and then I put it on a video. And you can't really, you can't just say somebody's just talking out of their butt when they're making videos about everything that goes on in this stuff, and it adds up. Like, all the videos add up to a great little documentation of what we go through. And that was my whole point. My whole point was to journal everything, to talk to you guys, to be support for you guys, just so you can see somebody else is experiencing it. And there are tons of people online that are making good videos. They're talking about their cases. What I noticed though is, like, I mean, even as I make this video, I'm feeling a sharp pain on the left side of my head. So he's trying to hit me even when I'm making this video. He's going hardcore because he's ex-army, so he's like trying to use these weapons like very, very lethally and just smash my head in. But I do notice some people making videos, and they seem very calm, and it's just like, is their gang stalking not as bad as mine? I wonder sometimes, like, and I don't want to, like, I don't even want to say that because I don't want to downplay any kind of pain that anybody's gone through. Or maybe they're just physically stronger than me. I don't know. But some people, it's like, oh yeah, I had an attack at this time of day, but then it stopped. My guy, he goes 24 hours. It's 24 hours of him trying to target me in my house, and target me when I get in my car, and target me 4 hours away. Like, I've been 4 hours away, I've been 6 hours away, and he is like, he has somebody in that other place to boost his signal, plus he's got somebody who on the ground, like physical people who want to do this. There is a club. There's a club of people who know about this. They'll never give it away. That's what they're doing. I just, if any of you people see this and you want, like, out of this, or you think this is horrible, go talk to your police and say that this guy has come up to you and asked you to vehicular harass me. I mean, like, seriously, if you're watching this video and you're on the other side and you don't like it, just go make a report. Go make a report that this guy is, like, there's so many people. I think they would never go to the police, you know. Just all these little one light cars, man. I mean, it's ridiculous, because right when I reached the street, I saw two of them passing by. And so it's like they have to time that. It's like synchronized car driving. He's gone to so much trouble that he can't just stop, you know. He's not a good man. He's not going to look at it and go, oh, well, this guy never did anything to me. I don't know him at all. I've been watching him when he's naked and trying to kill him. Like, he actually acts like he hates me, like that I'm retarded and crazy and he needs to kill me. But he's the only one who has done anything to anybody. Like, I haven't done anything to anybody in my house. I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't, you know, gone over and attacked people. Like, he's the one attacking people. You know, he's the one who's attacking people, and then he's turning it to where he's the victim, and that's like insane. That's insane. That's murderously insane. This guy is murderously insane. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. He'll go out in his regular life and be nice to people, and then he'll come back here and he'll feed off of this. He'll feed off of this murder of a guy in his sleep. Like, that's who he is. He just has no, he doesn't see it as something that's horrible and like a horror movie or something like that. He's just like, oh, another day, I'm gonna torture this guy all day. Somebody that was a higher rank told me to do it, so no accountability for him. He's just, you know, following the hierarchy. Except when you're in the military or you're ex-military on American soil, you can't kill U.S. civilians. Like, that's a law. It's called murder. Like, he's not in an enemy territory. He's not fighting some guy like a terrorist, like Al Qaeda. He's hurting somebody in his house, an American who's trying to help his family, who's trying to make money, who's trying to just mind his own business, who's trying to take care of his dog. Like, he's hitting somebody who does not ever need to be hit, because I'm not a danger to society at all. And these people don't pick. I watch all these videos with targeted individual testimony. None of these people are dangerous. None of them are dangerous. These people who are murdering people, they're the ones who are dangerous. And they're trying to make it like we're a danger to society, or we're retarded, or we're crazy, and they need to go ahead and wipe us out. What kind of philosophy is that? What kind of philosophy is that when somebody's sick or hurting? Like, and I'm not saying I'm any of that stuff. I'm sick from the torture, so he's like trying to torture me, and then he's trying to be like, hey, you know, this guy's crazy because look at him, look what I did. So he's looking at his handiwork, how I'm tired, my jaw hurts because they've been shooting me in that. So he looks at that, and then he says, that guy's crazy, he's retarded, you know, because that's what he's going for. He's going for shooting me in the head with microwave radiation, and then saying, oh, look, he's retarded, because he thinks that somehow magically I'm just gonna like get a lot stupider and not be myself. Like, he's just waiting for that. He's waiting to damage me enough with the ELF frequencies that I can't talk anymore, or something like that. And that's what they did to my dad, you know, with the aneurysm that they accidentally caused. So he had to actually relearn how to talk, relearn how to use the bathroom and walk, and he did. He's like a miracle man. He's doing so good. He doesn't have to have a walker or anything. He's trying to get back into his business. Like, I mean, this is a miracle when I look at my dad. But they all look at me as if for this past 2 years, that I've just been, doing something irresponsible and crazy, and it's messed up the family. So none of the times that I help my dad or anything mean anything. They're just like, get a job, get a job. And I'm scared to get a job because there's these people, they're everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere, and I'm scared I'm going to go into a job. If there's just one person there who's connected to this, if there's one person there that is in this club, they could fuck everything up for me in a job. I mean, I guess I'm just going to have to go out and just do it, and just whatever they do, just find another job if that happens. These people want to destroy your life. I mean, they're not going for like, hey, we're testing this little weapon on this person. No, they want to destroy your life. They want to destroy your family's life. They want to destroy any kind of connections that you have and leave you isolated. Because when you're isolated and alone, then I guess you go crazy or whatever. Like I've had strong connections with my family to save me, but I can't imagine somebody out there with nobody that's being hit by a bunch of people with microwave radiation. Like I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Sunday morning. I want to say a prayer for those people, for all of us really. But dear Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit, dear Lord, if there's somebody out there who's alone or feels alone, and they're being attacked by all these people, please just give them comfort, bring them a friend, bring them a family member, somebody who can help them and just to help them get through this. I can't imagine how much harder this would be without my family, even though they don't believe me. Please just bless us all on this path that we're on, that wasn't chosen for us. It wasn't, we didn't choose it ourselves. Somebody else chose it for us. Please help us on this rocky path to your glory. This will all lead to your glory. I know that we're supposed to be here, and that you're going to help us, and that we're going to be able to stop this, because we're all here for a reason. And Jesus, just help anybody out there who's hurting, who's in pain. Help them to think of something to shield themselves. You know our hearts. You know that we're not bad people. Please protect us at this time. Please protect us. Like, we are your people. Most of the targeted individuals that I'm looking online are your people, God. And they're really, they believe in Jesus Christ. They believe in the blood of Jesus Christ to save. Please help us. Please help us in these situations, because we're not getting any help from, police or any kind of the sheriff's department. They can't prove it. They can't prove it unless we have proof. We can't do anything. So please lead our minds and lead our hearts to victory over this horrible thing that has reared its head in America. Please help us to stop it. Please help us to stop all this stuff, and so we can just live our regular lives. Live our regular lives and love our pets and help our families out. Please help us, God. In this we pray, in Jesus' name, amen. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end it on that prayer. It's Sunday morning. I'm sorry about all the cussing. I'm a very fallible human being, and I feel like sometimes I make our cause look bad, but I think I make it okay because I've made so many videos, and I'm trying to get people to know. I'm trying to bring them there to my site so they know, and I'll make tons more videos. I saw a guy, and he's made a bunch of videos. I think he had 30 or 40, maybe 50, maybe as many as me. But I think that's going to be what kind of does this for us. If we get information out, and you can't stop that information. You can't, on YouTube, you can't just shut down YouTube. So, even if they shut down my channel, there'd still be people out there talking about this. And I think that's going to be our only win is, what's the word for it? Is an understanding of what's going on. What's going on with us and how hard it is. I saw I went yesterday. Okay, well, I was meaning to end this, but one more thing. So yesterday I went and had fish with my Aunt Brenda and my grandma and my brother and my dad and my mom. And it's like my mom will always treat me the same, but it's just like I get a different feel from the rest of my family members because they don't believe me. They think I'm crazy. And that hurts a lot. And I guess maybe, I thought my situation would be different from some of the people who were like, don't trust anybody. Like what happened is the guy who put me into the psychiatric unit, he had some conversations with my mom and told her how he just wants to help me. He wants to help me so bad. And, I guess told her about the videos and how I've done a video in a car. So she was actually yelling at me. Like, she was actually mad at me, like, you don't make a video in a car. And, like, it's like, from the torture and the terror that I've gone through over the last 4 years, I'm going to be blamed also. I'm going to be blamed, and it's like, they're just like, get a job. That's what my family, get a job. And, like, that's what I want to do. I want to, but I'm not sure if I'm going to wake up one morning, with some damage to my head, and I've got to go deal with that. I'm not sure how tired these people can make me if they're shooting me in the heart and making it beat irregularly. I'm not sure if they'll kill me. So, getting a job, like, I can do that. I'm working on my Social Security, too. I'm going to have to take Social Security because of this. But it's just a bad situation with people who do not care. They do not care. They're selfish. It's more about them getting a thrill from killing somebody than it is about, like, protecting life or anything like that. Like, I'm such a peaceful person. I never do anything to anybody. They had to look through my walls to just find something different than them to, like, harp on. I'm sick of that. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't feel guilty at all. This guy should feel superior guilt for what he's doing. But they put it on you. They put that guilt trip on you. Like you're not doing enough, or you're not a good American, or actually not even that. This guy's premise is that I'm not even a human being, and it doesn't matter because I'm retarded. I'm retarded, so he can just kill me off like vermin. That's his point. That's his argument for doing this, because he really has no point. He has no argument, but he's just trying to say stuff to people to get them off while he kills somebody. That's what he's really doing. He could give two shakes of a lamb's tail about me, about his family. He doesn't care about that. He likes what he's doing. He's in the fray again. He's at war again. I've heard a lot of these guys, when they go and they fight for us, they want war. They miss it. They want something. And I'm not saying, I want anybody who's seeing this who is FBI or DHS or NSA or in the city police, the sheriff's department. I love authority. Like, a lot, just the biggest percentage of everybody in those groups is good guys. They're good guys, and they're trying to help human beings. And there's just some people who have been led astray to think that, psychologically harassing a human being, a citizen, is okay, that you can justify it. And I'm not sure which agencies, I'm not sure if any of those agencies, maybe they're just doing it on their free time. I've seen some cops caravan me and stuff. Maybe, they go, when they're a policeman, they do the right thing, but on their free time, they kind of do help with the gang stalking. I don't know how it works. I'm trying to be very careful about what I say, but I do tell the truth. So that's a problem for me, because I want to tell the truth all the time. It's a problem for me. Like, people make problems for me because I do want to tell the truth. I got thrown into an emergency psychiatric unit because I told the truth. Because I've always been told to tell the truth. I never, with this, like, that people aren't going to believe you. But in my mind and in my heart, my soul, I'm like, God will open their hearts, and they'll listen to me, and they'll be able to help. And if they can't help, they'll be nice at least. And that just didn't happen. When I went into the emergency room, it was already planned. Like, I could have talked to some person about nothing, about the weather, and it was already planned that I was going to that psychiatric unit. And that's a huge letdown, because the guy who did it, he's ex-FBI, and I won't talk about him specifically, because he's the one he has this YouTube site to look at. but it seemed like a setup because he was being so nice and understanding. All right, guys. Well, live long and prosper, and God bless all y'all. By the blood of Jesus Christ, we'll do this. He had a cross, and he kissed it. He kissed his cross, and I guess that's the thing I need to work on in my life, because I rage and I hoot and I holler about this stuff, but I need to just kiss my cross. I'm here for a reason. Like, I'm making these videos for a reason. Like, God's already put it into my heart. He's put a peace into my heart, but as when I deal with my human side, I do doubt. I doubt still, and so I need to just listen to Him. I need to just listen to Him in my heart, saying that this is meant to happen. He's given me peace during this time of horribleness, so I've got to be thankful for that. And I want to pray to Him just to help me figure out a way to block myself. The thing is, if I left this place, this guy has built up such an arsenal. He has so many different kinds of electromagnetic weapons in there, and these people have so many. Like, if they each had just one little EMF emitter, like an EHF emitter, I'd be safe. I'd be completely safe. But it's whole arsenals they built. So when I do move, I feel a little bit more positive about getting away from them, because I know they can't go to a house with all of this stuff. I mean, they can build it up and say, here, we're just using this, but he has so much stuff. He couldn't go to the next place and dump all these weapons and say, hey, we've been trying to murder this guy, and show him as crazy. He can't do that, because even if they said yes, he can't chance that. And I'm not sure how the people from the apartment knew that this guy wouldn't turn him in, and I think it had something to do with their military rank, because one of the guys who started this was he's ex-Marine, and I think that's like higher than just Army. So I'm pretty sure it was and I don't know how they knew, because to even ask somebody in a house, like, hey, we've been torturing this guy, can you? Well, yeah, that's what they do. They say this. They go, we're watching this guy because he's dangerous, so we need you to surveil him. And while he's surveilling me, they're probably hitting me remotely, making me look even crazier when he's surveilling me. Then they give him the weapons, after that. It's all a need to know. That's how it's very militaristic. It's like, this person needs to know this to psychologically harass him. This person needs to know this so they can, help me with the microwave weapons. This person needs to know this. The people out on the street, that are vehicular harassing, just tell them a certain thing, just tell them, it's psychological harassment of somebody, and who knows what they've lied about me. I mean, but you can go online and see that I have no offenses. Like, I'm not a sex offender, I'm not a murderer, I've done nothing bad. But I'm sure they can make up stuff like that. It's gone so far. There are so many people who are involved in my situation that, I mean, this guy who's doing it now doesn't even have control over it. He's just like, I have to. I've heard him say I have to a million times. He has to kill me. He has to. Okay, this is an ex-Army guy, and he has to kill an American citizen in their home while they sleep. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this picture? Everything is wrong with this picture. And I'm going to scream it to the high heavens. This is how I scream it to the high heavens, because I know people are on YouTube, and I know there are people who are lawyers and stuff like that who could figure this stuff out. We need a Supreme Court case. That's what we need. We need something here where a judge doesn't just determine that you're crazy, where you have proof, and then we need it to go to the Supreme Court, because there they would be able to make federal regulations for all states about these weapons. And that's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen. It's just when it happens is the question. Because it's happened in Russia. If Russia can do it, if Russia can pull back on this stuff and ban all these weapons, then the USA can. Nothing against Russia. Nothing at all against Russia. I'm just saying, how much turmoil is in that country, and they were able to ban these weapons while all that was going on. I think we could do it. I think Americans could do it. And it needs to come. It needs to come fast, because, I'm about to have to tear down my only protection in this house. I mean, I may be able to move, I could move to the front of the house and then, slide all my stuff over there and then really block my window, I guess, because there's a guy across the street, and I'm pretty sure he's not doing a lot of the shooting with microwave weapons, but they would get him involved if I was in a position where he could hurt me more. And they definitely have more than 3 houses. It has this guy's house, the ex-Army guy, then the Latino household, and they're both renting their houses. Then you've got the guy across the street who's the plumber who shoots poison like up under my house. Like I smelled it like last night. It smelled like a dead animal, and then it started smelling like fried fish or fried hamburgers. So they've got that guy, but I don't think he shoots a lot because he's so far across the street. And then the people catty corner to me, the guy who brought out the loaded shotgun on Sunday morning, I think they're involved, but they're not shooting it. They just know what's going on. They think that that everybody's just psychologically harassing me. And I'd be willing to bet that most people in the neighborhood do not know about the microwave weapons, but he's just telling them this guy's crazy and we need to get him out of the house. So do psychological stuff. In military. It's a need to know basis. So he's at the top. He knows everything. His wife knows everything that's going on, and whoever lives with them, whoever that other person is, they all know what's going on. But when they go outside and they talk to people, they say, "Yeah, that guy's crazy. He was yelling in his house," because they try and use stuff that they've done to me to make me look crazy. And so when they're talking to people, there's like, yeah, we're going to psychologically harass him, all this stuff, and it's cool because we're not hurting him or anything, which is a lie. I'm just conjecturing. I'm just conjecturing on what they say. And I'll show you. I have physical proof. I might call a cop out for this. I have physical proof that they're screwing around with my car. Let me see if I can get you to see this. See, on this side, it's all messed up, and these things click in. They click in on the side, and this guy's twisted it. Somebody has twisted it all the way off. I don't know if you can see that. So, I mean, they're sabotaging my vehicle, no doubt. I think they have a key to my car, because they'll use it when I come in. Sometimes they'll make it beep. I'll be holding the keys in my hand, and I'll hear my car go beep. For the security. So I'm pretty sure they have a key to my car, because it's just an electronic key. Like at Toyota, I'm sure they could just make something if they knew somebody there. I'm not sure if they're breaking into my house. They could be breaking into my house, and I have medication, so they may be breaking into the house and putting poison on that. Or toxins. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, and I've said this before. I guess I'm not at a good point this morning. Maybe that prayer will help me. I already kind of feel it helping me. And that was one of the biggest things. Like in the psychiatric unit, there was like a sister there who would come and pray with us, and that was a very huge thing to kind of calming me down. And I actually, and it's so funny, when I went in there, when I went into it's like I guess acute psychiatric unit, because they think it's like people who cut their wrists and say they're going to kill themselves or whatever. But when I was in there, it's funny because I drove in there very calm and just like, oh, I'm going to have some tests. By the end of the 2.5 weeks, I was just stressed out beyond imagination. The place was good. The nurses are good. We're good at the place, and like the counselors and everything. But there were actually dangerous people in that unit. Who you didn't know. You didn't know if you were going to get into a fight with them or what. And so I didn't like that. And it's like, man, I can't believe that happened. But it was like at the end of my stay, I was about 20 times more stressed than when I came in. And so with my situation, it was like the wrong thing to do for me because I'm not crazy. Like I'm telling the truth about this stuff. It wasn't the right thing to do. So actually taking all these medications and being in that place, it made me worse. It made me worse because I'm not delusional. They were treating delusional disorder and schizophrenia, but I have neither. So that's my big problem. Like, I have depression and anxiety from Crohn's. I have post-traumatic stress disorder from being tortured like this every night. I have problems. Like, I have problems because of this. But the deal is, I don't hallucinate. I'm not delusional or anything like that. I don't hear voices in my head. And actually, when I hear the V2K, it sounds like it's coming from their direction. Like, I don't hear it in my head. So I think a lot of this aluminum in my enclosure really helps to back it off. Like, it backs that signal off somehow. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in a hot zone. Like, about a couple of weeks ago, I thought that I was going to be able to call somebody and get help for this. Like, I was like, man, I can call somebody and get help. Somebody's going to know about this, Oh, the Inspector General, he oversees all the city police. He'll know about this, and he'll be able to get it to stop. Instead, I just incriminated myself for telling the truth, and they tricked me into a psychiatric unit, which now it's like it is that, like, my parents can put me back in there, like, if I do something they don't like. And that's scary. I've lost my independence because I've told the truth. I want to be vindicated on this. I don't care about this guy. Like, this guy is just one dime in a sack of dimes. Like, he's just one guy. Like, the problem is that it's happening all around our country. It's happening to 60 to 70% are women who this happens to, and they're getting raped. People are shooting them in their genitalia just like me. That's the problem. The problem is not just this one little incident of me and this guy. And I'll stay here. As long as I can. I'll give my life to make these videos and just get the word out. The heart thing, shoot me in the heart. That's kind of, it is getting scary. It is getting scary. It's this guy. He doesn't have a line that he won't cross. Like, he knows that he's not going to get caught now. So he'll shoot me in the chest. He'll shoot me. He'll try and be as lethal as possible, because he wants to go ahead and finish me off, So, I am healthy. I have Crohn's disease. I'm in good health, physical health, besides the torture. So I just want y'all to know, if I am killed in my sleep from some heart attack thing, that's him. That's not just a regular heart attack. I want everybody here to know that, like listening to this. I'm going to tell my parents that too. If y'all don't believe me, whatever. But if I have a heart attack or I die in my sleep, just know it's this guy, Alright, I've been kind of negative today. That's why I wanted to put that prayer in. And I also want to tell a story that's worked for me, and it'll keep working. Joel Osteen once, this is a Joel Osteen story. He brought his family to the beach one day, and he saw a bee flying around. So he took a newspaper thing and he swatted the bee into the sand. And just a couple minutes later, 2 minutes later, he saw the bee again. It kept on buzzing around him and everything like that. So he said, I'm going to smack this bee. So he really smacked it hard with the newspaper into the sand. And then he stepped on it in the sand. And then he saw that bee, about 3 minutes later, he saw the bee flying around him. So he's like, I'm going to get that bee. So he took his sandal off and tried to smash him into the sand again. And then he saw the bee about 3 minutes later, and he said, all right, bee, I'm not going to hurt you anymore because you've earned your life. And that's how we all have to be. It's like we have to just be like that bee. If they swat us down, get back up. If they swat you down, get back up. Keep getting back up. Keep getting back up. Just like in Cool Hand Luke, when the big guy is beating him down, they're like, stay down. Get back up, because they're going to hit us when we're laying down. So get back up, keep getting back up, keep being like that bee, keep being like that bee and be tough, and get back up, find different ways to defend yourself. Don't give up, don't give up, don't just lay there, don't say that this is too hard, because, and I know this might sound crazy to some of y'all out there, I think we were picked. We were chosen not by these people, but by God to be in this situation. and we're all smart. I'm watching so many intelligent people talking about this on videos, and I'm just like, that's what I'm going to do too. I think everybody should make at least one, but it's your decision, because my gang stalking has become, like, I think the vehicular harassment has become so overwhelming. I mean, it's not overwhelming to me because I try and look at them. Like, my whole deal is when if I see somebody with one light, I just want to see who they are. And there's middle-aged black men doing it. There's older women doing it. There's young women doing it. There's white guys doing it. There's every nationality doing it. And so this little club does kind of spread over a big cultural barrier. But I want to see what kind of person does that stuff. Most of the time, tinted windows, so I can't see them. Or they'll have a phone up to their face, the people with one light, because they really don't want to be seen. And they want to do every action kind of as a pseudo action, like they weren't even there, but they got it done. And that's covert and smart to them, when really it's cowardice and craven. Alright, well, I'm getting mad again, so I'm going to peace out. More videos to come. I love you guys. I love your support. Just be discerning. I'm not saying don't ask for help. I want to tell you all that situation that happened to me because I just called the wrong person, and that's why I got put into a psychiatric unit. So I'm not saying don't ask for help, but be discerning about it. Be discerning about who you tell, and like if you come out and say all the stuff at once and it's somebody who you can't trust, then you might get in trouble for that. So just feel people out. Feel if like what you can say to them. Like, just if you're at a loss, just say my neighbor is harassing me. My neighbor is harassing me with a sound campaign. Make it normal. Make it sound normal. Because when you start saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's got electromagnetic weapons," people haven't reached that point. They have, like, normal people in the world who haven't experienced it like us. They just haven't reached the point where that makes any sense to them. Even though Raytheon is making these weapons, you can get them online. Microwave radiation, it exists, and these people are using it. I don't even know why he would use it on me. Like, it's social control. He never has to see me. He never has to see me. If he turned off his surveillance equipment, he could just not see me, but he's like watching me, watching my every move, watching me use the bathroom. They actually, like, they'll say I'm crazy just for wiping. Like, I just wipe, and they're like, "Yeah, see, he's crazy." So it's like any movement that I make is he just says it's crazy, But he's a murderer. Like 24 hours a day, he's murdering people. He somehow made that normal. But me just wanting to live a peaceful life, he's made that into, gotta kill him. We gotta do it. He's got to do it. Like, he has no choice. He told some people that he was going to do it in this club or whatever, and now he can't go back on it. He can't, because if he does that, then he's not a man. If he doesn't destroy my family and his family and kill me in the process, then he's not a real man. I'd hate to run in those circles. I would hate to run in those circles. Wow. I would hate to be friends with people who are like, you need to kill this guy, screw your family. Who cares about your family, and who cares about his family? You need to kill this guy. That's your mission. Like, I would spit in their face. I'd be like, what do you want me to do now? In America, I would spit in their face. I don't care. I wouldn't care what group they were in or if they could hurt me for doing that. You don't do this kind of stuff. You don't torture somebody in their home. You don't neglect your family. You don't hurt people's family. I mean, he could be shooting my family in the head. Like, he could have other people in the city. There's so many people doing the vehicular harassment. I'm sure one of them has some microwave weaponry. I felt like, because I've been feeling new stuff, I felt the heart thing where my heart started beating fast. I don't know if he just hadn't used it up until now. But I think he just has some new stuff. There's all kinds of these weapons to throw directed energy at you in a certain way. And that's why it's so hard. It's hard for us because my parents, even before I said, I think they are remotely hitting me, even before that, my dad was having a conversation with me, and he was like, next thing you're going to be telling me is that it's coming from a satellite, And yeah, that was the next thing I told him, because it really happened. It wasn't anything in my mind. It just sucks. It sucks so bad. Like, my dog is hurting, I'm hurting. I'm supposed to be, working on grants and finding a job, and that my parents, I'm gonna get in so much trouble because I came back in here and it's still going on. My mom's like, well, we'll move you out of there, but I'm scared to move because, like, I at least know where they are. If I move and they're just hitting me so hard with, it's like the ELF is like so much pressure. It, like, they could hit the ground and probably cause an earthquake with it, but it's going through my skull and, like, in my heart, and it's like an elephant standing on my chest, when they do that to me or when they hit me in the face with it. It's definitely not a fight. It's definitely not a war. It's just torture and torment. They've got somebody held captive in their house, and they're just torturing the crap out of them. There's no fight here. The guy, he does act like it's a fight. He's like, we got him. But what have they got? I'm not an enemy combatant. I'm an American citizen. What is he even talking about? Who's he got? I don't get it. He's not fighting some kind of enemy overseas. This is a American citizen with an American family, and we're all just, like, so stressed out. And he wants to add the secret murder of one of its members, so that breaks apart the family, and it breaks trust. They haven't gotten to my parents, where my parents are, like stalkers or anything. They'll never do that, but they can. I mean, if it's somebody that works for the city and they hold a high position, and they talk to my mom about it and kind of say, well, he's doing this on his videos, and we're just worried about him. That'll set her off, and she'll be like, well, he needs to rip down his whole enclosure. You're not going to live like that. She keeps saying, you're not going to live like that. You're not going to live. I don't want to live this way. Like, she's saying, you're not going to live like that. I don't want all this stuff. I don't want to live in this. I don't want to. Like, I didn't choose this. This is just survival. I mean, this is just me surviving people shooting stuff that can really hurt my body. And she's like, you're not going to live like that. Well, it's either live like this or die. I mean, it's either live like this, like with stuff blocking it, or die, or be hurt worse, or have brain damage. Like, it's not a decision. Like, I wish he understood that this isn't, like, my decision to do this. And the only thing that kind of assures me, I mean, I know God's involved in this, but I want release. I want relief from this. And I know it's coming. The day is coming where people will understand this more, and these weapons will be banned. I mean, they will be banned, because they'll have learned as much as they have to learn, I guess, about how fast people get cancer, how fast families are destroyed, how much you can get away with if you're just in your house, how much murder can you get away with. I'm sure their financial backers, these big corporations that would love to use this energy, or the military that would love to use this energy to wipe out people, but they probably already have weapons that are using this directed energy that are so much more powerful. They don't need to test it anymore. They've tested it over 30, 40 years, So it's not testing. It's just people who want to kill other people with it. It's really sad. It's really sad, and I don't want my life to be this way. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to get cancer from this stuff, because I've been tortured for 4 or 5 years with it. So I'm worried about getting cancer. It's just horrible. I know I'm in this place. I mean, when I make these videos, it's like the time passes, so it's already 1 hour and 20 minutes. I want to make a 15-minute video. But I know God wants me to keep talking. He wants me to keep talking and just keep making videos. I know it in my heart, because that's the only thing I can do. And God made a survivor in me. I've survived Crohn's from when I was 12 to now, with flying colors. It's gone into remission now. Knock on wood. But I went into remission right when this stuff started. So it's kind of weird. What you doing, boo-boo? All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go have a beautiful Sunday or whatever day you're seeing this. Have a beautiful day, and get outside and away from these people. Exercise. Um, God bless. God bless you all. Love you all. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep getting back up. Keep getting back up like that bee. And keep getting back up. And maybe it'll be different. If you keep getting back up. I don't know sometimes. Like, I'm praying and I have doubts, but even Peter had doubts. I feel like that. Y'all need to listen to that song Oceans. Just look it up on YouTube. And if you're religious, that song makes me cry, because it's just like, that's about Peter walking on the water, and it seems like when I think I can walk on water, I get through this, but then I start sinking, because it's so much pain and it's so much just nonsense. All right, I'm gonna peace out, guys. Love you a lot, and more videos to come.